Resume.
Okay, did we like it though?
No.
I had a fun time watching it though. I'm glad I watched it.
I could have lived without it.
I'm glad I watched it.
Why?
Why am I glad I watched it? Because I know it's one of the big vampire films, like as far as high budget vampire films are concerned, this is one that gets listed that I've always meant to watch, but I've never watched. Angela Bassett. Eddie Murphy had dreamy moments. I liked that it was an all black story and a vampire story. Brooklyn's terrible.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's just my white guilt making me like the film?
I think so. Yeah.
You think so?
I mean, I don't think it's your white guilt. I feel like you're having trouble saying you didn't like it for some reason. Don't blink at the camera like that. I feel like you're having trouble saying you didn't like it.
I don't know where the
and
camera is ever anyway.
You'll get it one day.
But this is my problem always. You're
Yeah.
like it's got to be an enthusiastic yes, and I'm like, if I mildly tolerated and like enjoyed it, it's for me a good time.
Even though we just spent 45 minutes talking about how
You say
terrible
this,
it was.
You say this every time. Every
Yeah.
every time you go,
We're
Sarah
like,
Marie.
this is so bad. It's so bad to women. He's a rapist. They're an abuser. I liked it though. I'm gonna give him my point. 1 point for gaslighting women.
Casey, just because something is bad doesn't mean you can't like it. But I just for all of the people that had big beef with Twilight, right? And they're like, "Oh, Edward's such an abuser."
Have you seen Vampire in Brooklyn?
Have you seen any other vampire film ever? Do you even know what the fuck you're talking about?
You know, it's because Twilight swept the nation, so they had to. This one didn't sweep the nation like Twilight did.
Well, and because young girls liked it, and that's
Yeah.
dangerous.
So dangerous.
So dangerous. We're so dangerous.
All them. Yeah. Anyways,
we shouldn't teach our young girls to like men that pay attention to them and like say that they love them and listen to them.
And that creepily watch them in the corner of the room while they're sleeping.
Yeah, I would love a guy to be that dedicated to watch me sleep.
I saw the best TikTok.
This is why I'm not a good judge of did I like it though.
I know.
Every time.
He's rapey, I'm in.
It's safe. It's through. I don't know. It's complicated. We could spend a whole episode talking about my complicated issues with all of this.
I would talk about that TikTok I saw.
Yeah.
Where there's a guy, he's like he's like cute, and he's got a real deep, sexy voice, and he does, I guess he's like a dom, and he does voiceover stuff or whatever. But he left this. His TikTok is full of people. TikTok is full of him like saying things in his deep, sexy voice. And the thing he said was something like this, but you have to imagine it in a deep, sexy man voice.
Putting Tosin's voice straight up.
Okay, yeah,
straight in.
So it was something like, "So you like him because he's a hero? Let me tell you something about heroes, princess. He would sacrifice you for the greater good. I have no such compulsion. I would burn this world for you." That's the man you want.
Yeah, that's the man I want. I feel like Dracula is that man.
You talk about how rapey Dracula is, and you're like, I want it. I want the creepy guy.
I don't know what I want.
I think, honestly, you just have a hard time saying a film was bad.
No!
But for some reason, for you, saying that you didn't like it, though, is the ultimate, like...
No, but here's the thing. That film was bad. That story was bad. Right? But you're the person that takes care of all of those points. Your point is like, good script, good story, or whatever, and that satisfies it. When you say no to that, I'm like, good, Casey's got that base covered. Now I can like it because it had vampires in it. Like, the general, I like something if it has vampires in it. Like, that's the bar for me, and if you fuck up vampires, then I don't like it. But they did vampires in this film really well. Oh, I figured it out. Yeah, if they do vampires well, I generally like it. And they did. He was a fucking rapey asshole monster, but he like had cool powers and he wore fun things and compulsed with his mind and made that guy a ghoul. That was fun. All of that was fun. And then he got staked. That's fun.
I don't even know what to say to you right now. That's a good argument. That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean,
I just
why
think
are
that
we?
makes that point useless then? If the bar is that it had
No.
vampires in it, because we're only watching vampire films.
Because
you give it a point for being in a category of thing.
Family Blood sucked at vampires,
But there was vampires in it.
but they got a -1
why did they get a -1?
because they sucked at vampires. Their vampires were stupid and had terrible teeth.
But this is the did we like it point though, not the Sarah Marie would be a vampire in this
Yeah.
world or own it, which satisfies the thing that you're rating it on did we like it though?
Yeah, no, those are different things.
No, but
No,
because would you
like-
be a vampire in this world?
Yeah, I would be a vampire in this world.
But I'm saying that's the point. You're like
Yeah.
scoring something twice for having vampires in because
Okay. Castlevania also got a -1 because it sucked towards women. So
this
why?
movie sucks towards women.
Yeah, but not as hard as Castlevania.
Oh, it does.
Blood Relatives, that got a -1. Oh, I kind of liked that too. Darn it. Fine, Casey.
No.
Fine.
You can like it if you want.
No, if you're
I'm
going to
just
fight with me this
confused.
hard about how I feel, I'm trying to tell you how I feel. And it's
Okay.
I feel confused and conflicted.
That's because that's what abusers do.
And little Stockholm syndromes.
By me?
No, by the movie.
By the movie?
Uh-huh. And a little gaslit.
Yeah.
And like, I want to become a vampire and evil, so maybe that's not great either.
I mean, that's expected.
Yeah. Scene design was fun.
That was a really expensive set. A lot of that was obvious set.
For sure. For
It
sure.
was big.
It was a big set. Hey, do you want trivia?
Yeah.
Because we've been talking for an hour.
Amazing. Let's do trivia.
Okay. Sonia Davis, Angela Bassett's stunt double, died in an accident on set.
Whoa.
I don't know how or what. Maybe they'll say later. This is the first time Eddie Murphy plays a villain.
Okay.
The first time in his career. Eddie Murphy wore lifts to appear taller.
Aww.
Tall vampire. In a November 2011 interview with Rolling Stone, Eddie Murphy stated that he made this movie for one reason. Paramount agreed to release The Nutty Professor, 1996's rights, in exchange for finishing his deal with the studio. Murphy also said that the wig his character wore was so awful it immediately made people despise the film.
Eddie Murphy's wig?
Uh-huh.
The long hair? That's funny, it didn't stand out to me.
Yeah, me neither. It was kind of mullety, but
Yeah.
I didn't.
How funny.
I noticed so many other terrible 90s things before
Yeah.
I noticed that wig.
Her Jessica Bassett's crimped hair was a disaster.
Yeah.
It was weird.
Yeah.
It was a weird choice.
Eddie Murphy wouldn't write another story until Norbit, 2007, 12 years later. Interestingly, his co-writer of both movies was his brother, Charlie Murphy. Murphy brothers got together to write this.
Great job, Murphy brothers.
On The Directors, 1997, Wes Craven suggested that Eddie Murphy ignored his requests to play the character vulnerable and felt compelled to showcase his comedic talents.
I'm sorry, say that again?
Wes Craven said, like, Eddie Murphy didn't want to take Wes Craven's notes of being more vulnerable and instead played for comedy, played for laughs.
Oh.
Yeah.
Lame.
Several co-stars have appeared in other Wes Craven films. Jesus Garcia appeared in A Nightmare on Elm Street. Mitch Pileggi appeared in Shocker. Nobody cares about this trivia.
Did we talk about what this story was about?
Yeah. It's too late now.
Kind of.
We
Too
can't,
late.
We can't go back. According to Charlie Murphy, the movie was meant to be a straight horror movie with no laughs, but Wes Craven brought a different focus to the film. Really, Charlie Murphy? Because that's not what Wes Craven said. And this was Eddie Murphy's last Paramount film, so he must have been under contract with them.
Did you do anything after this?
Not with Paramount.
But in general.
Yeah.
Okay.
After 1995, yes, Eddie Murphy has done. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you
That's fine.
in a condescending. He was the donkey in Shrek.
Oh, yeah.
And tons of other things.
I guess this was back in a time when you can still be contracted with a production house?
Yeah.
Like as a house actor?
Well, it's more like you sign a 5-picture deal.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, Paramount's like, sign a 5-picture deal with us, and you go like, there are so many lists that are just like, why did this actor make this terrible film? Oh, it was the last film in their contract, and they're like, fuck it, I don't care, just get it done.
Yeah.
This is Angela Bassett's second vampire movie. What? She previously starred in Innocent Blood, 1992. Bassett would also play a vampire many years later in season 5 of American Horror Story, Hotel.
So she's a pro at vamping.
I guess. I'm gonna watch Innocent Blood. Oh, I think I've seen Innocent Blood. Hold, please. I feel like I may have seen this. Maybe, maybe not. We're gonna watch it eventually. It doesn't matter. I'm never gonna stop watching vampire films. Eddie Murphy wanted to work with director Wes Craven because he was a big fan of his movies, including The Last House on the Left, The Serpent and the Rainbow, and The People Under the Stairs. Eddie Murphy was born in Brooklyn. Despite the film not being well-liked and not doing so well at the box office, the film had gained a cult following in the years since its release.
Cult following. That means some of you suckers out there probably like it.
Yeah, we want to know why.
Leave it in the comments below.
Find the comments, leave it there.
Leave it on my butt.
This is the second film where Eddie Murphy has portrayed more than one character. The first film was Coming to America.
Right.
And then that was 1988. The 4 films that follow this film are The Nutty Professor, Nutty Professor 2, The Klumps, Norbit, and Coming to America.
I don't like one person playing multiple characters. They do it in such a jokey way and it looks really bad.
I think the time
really rinses my rice.
Yeah, just rinses them out.
I meant to say drains.
Really
drains my rice.
Really soaks your beans.
Really soaks my beans. I just don't think it's great.